In this video, we are going to be taking a look at how you can record your screen, and this one is built specific for Mac OS software. So there are three options to do. One is to do QuickTime Record, another one is to use OBS software, and then the third option involves hardware, and that involves using a game capture card. So we're going to go through each option, and we'll just take it short and sweet. So the first thing you want to do is open QuickTime Player. You can do that by either going to your Launchpad and searching for QuickTime or using Spotlight or the like to bring up QuickTime. Now, once you're in QuickTime, you can see here that on the file settings, there is a new screen recording. So that's an easy way to get your recording set up, and be sure in the options that you set the correct microphone if you want to record your own microphone, or if you want to record desktop settings. You could watch the tutorial on how to do that in the links below. But black hole is an option that I use that's free and works with the M1 MacBooks. So that is something to check out. And once you do that and you set the MacBook, you set record, you should see an option here on the top that is saying that it's recording. And this is recorded on the new M1 16-inch Max. So luckily it doesn't appear on the notch, and you can still quit your QuickTime recording at any time. Once it gets recorded, it brings it up and shows you what the recording was. Wasn't really anything going on in this recording, and it usually also auto saves to the desktop, so that is where you can find it. The next setting we're going to take a look at is also OBS. So this is a simple way to record your screen. I have an OBS tutorial that I posted earlier in this channel. For the most part, for the settings to record your screen exactly, you'll want to do add and set a display capture. Once the display capture is set, you simply choose which settings you want to do, and you could choose whether or not to show the cursor or not. Once you do OBS, you simply hit start record. I'm going to go into some settings. I covered this in much more detail for the M1 Max settings you could do. So I'm currently recording at 1440p at 60 FPS. And in the recording section, I'm using the CPU recorder at 10,000 kilobytes, set the CPU at very fast. So some of these settings just record how much quality is going to be. You could either do very fast or super fast. And this one also, the bit rate controls the quality that you'll be doing. So I want to say versus QuickTime, OBS takes up more processing, doesn't really handle well using the hardware encoders or software encoder from my perspective. So if you want something that doesn't really lag your computer, feel free to use QuickTime. But if you need some of the more functionality of OBS, such as having various sources placed together, if I wanted to put my FaceTime camera here, I could do so. Then OBS is the one to do. And be sure you check out the channel for more OBS content, helping people create online contents and stuff of that nature. This is what the channel is about, the technology behind it, and also some of the software and tips for doing that. So simply just hit start recording, and it can record your settings. It will tell you the FPS and anything happening there. And where it outputs it is actually wherever you put in the output settings. So here it goes to my movie files. After we stop recording, it saves it. I do a setting to automatically turn it into MP4. And if we go here, we can see the latest videos that were captured here in the MKV format and the MP4 format. So the last setting is actually what this is recorded in, and there is something called a capture card. So if we go to Amazon and look at what I have purchased before, I'll just go into kind of what I've purchased to show you what I got. One that I had, I'll leave the links below, is what you're seeing is this pretty cheap USB capture card. Looks like it's not available anymore. But you just search HDMI capture, and they have these like knockoff brands that are only $22. So this could be a setting that you want to do. The other thing I have is this HD Elgato 6S. And between these two devices, I would say you probably want to get the Cam Link, or if you like something that doesn't have a plug-in and has like a cord in case that's a point of failure, you could get the HD60. And if I was on Mac OS, so this one works on Windows. I'm actually recording this video on Windows. I would get this HD HD60s Plus, and the only reason for that is that the HD60s Plus has passed through, or not passed through, but it has a setting on Mac OS that you can record as a webcam. The cheap USB one works as a webcam. You don't have to install any software or stuff of that nature. And also the Cam Link does. So just some things to consider if you're doing the Mac OS version. So that's been my take on how to record your screen. 2 options for software, 2 options for, or 1 option for hardware. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.